Good morning, New Prague High School.
Welcome back to another episode of the Trojan Broadcast.
Just like last time we hosted, there are going to be even more eventful stories to be told.
Insightful information to be heard and funny jokes to be told by your lovely hosts.
To get things started, here's a story on the varsity baseball team this spring.
What strides has the team made the first couple of weeks in preparation to the first couple of games?
Well, seeing we got our first game tonight, that we have made great strides from the first week being arm conditioning, and then last week being tryout week, and this week being game week. The players have been doing a phenomenal job of working hard and trying to be a cohesive team, which is a team goal that we have coming into this year. As we move forward, but made great strides. A lot of these guys have committed themselves in off-season strength and conditioning and getting themselves better throughout the winter with off-season workouts that Coach Oates puts on as well.
What are some of the team goals this season?
Some of the team goals this season is to be the section champs and then hopefully win state.
What are some personal goals you have for the season?
Personal goals I have is to hit over 5 home runs and hit over 350.
What sort of example is the senior class setting for the underclassmen?
As a senior and as our class, I think we want to portray this hardworking class and work hard every day in practice and keep grinding.
As a player, what are your expectations for the season?
Just to make it through the season without any COVID issues and hopefully make it far in the playoffs and hopefully get back to state.
How have the senior players on the team made the program as a whole better?
I think they've made it better by showing leadership and just showing to do what's right.
I agree with that.
Will you be attending any Trojan games? And if so, how do you think the baseball season will go?
I will definitely be attending baseball games. I grew up in a baseball family, and baseball is my favorite sport, so I love supporting the Trojan baseball team whenever I get a chance to. I always think they're going to have a great season. I'm a big believer that it matters more than just the score on the board matters. It matters how you play the game. So I know they've got a lot of new blood on varsity this year, so I'm really excited to see some guys get to take some swings.
Do you like baseball?
Yes.
Thanks for the information on how the baseball team is operating this year.
Time for a quick PSA on drug awareness.
As we all know, drugs are bad for everyone, but especially bad for high school kids. Some statistics show that 58.5% of 12th graders have tried alcohol, 16% of 12th graders have used marijuana the past month, and 19.6% of all high school students use nicotine. Some effects of drug use are brain abnormalities, slowed thinking, and impaired learning and memory. If you or someone you know is in need of help, call the national hotline at 1-800-662-HELP. We interviewed Mr. Korda and the drug specialist at New Prague High School as to what their thoughts and opinions are about drugs and why they're bad.
Drugs are terrible for you, and this is your brain on drugs.
Really, when it comes to adolescent substance use, really the main thing to consider is like the impact that it has on the brain. Obviously, when it comes to adults, they have the ability to make their own choices, but really, adolescents' brain's not fully developed, all that.
Great information, guys.
You know what? Actually, never mind.
Okay, well, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to tell you guys a joke about time travel, but you didn't get it.
Okay, good one. Speaking of time travel, here's a little green screen segment. Okay, that was really cool.
After that segment, here's a feature story on PTSD amongst teens.
Teaching. Sometimes it's at least once a year, and sometimes it's like every other year. Young adults. I would say probably the biggest side effects, so to speak, are affecting just mental health, accepting it. There's a lot of social stigma that goes with anything related to mental health, so just people not being educated. Affects relationships, learning coping skills. Okay, I think one of the biggest misconceptions in regarding post-traumatic stress disorder is that it only happens to veterans. And that is, so we know through research that's not true. It can happen with any traumatic event, anything from a car accident to something childhood trauma, a family divorce that didn't go well, a severe relationship issue, breakup, rape, that kind of thing. I just think it's super, super important that we continue to talk about mental illnesses and things that go with mental illness, and start allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and educating ourselves, because we're all human, and I think it's important to work together. Thank you. You're welcome.
The beginning. So, both y'all have PTSD?
Yes.
Alright, I'll start with Kendra first. What event caused you to have PTSD?
A bike accident.
Explain.
So, I was riding my bike, and I was going down a hill, and the chain on my bike locked, and I was sent flying over my handlebars and skidding off pavement.
When did this happen?
The 3rd grade.
Oh.
So that was 2012 for me.
Okay. And then Brady, what caused you to have PTSD?
I was in a car accident with my buddies and we rolled the truck 5 times.
When did this happen?
January 21st of 2021.
Alright, now back to Kendra. How does this still affect you today?
So I live by the trail that I actually crashed on, so I see it all the time. And, you know, I have younger siblings, so even watching them ride their bike is still very, like, scary to me. And even walking down the trail, I still get flashbacks, and it still just affects me. Like, it mentally just messes with me.
Then Brady, how does this still affect you to this day?
Sometimes I have a hard time getting into cars, especially in snowy and icy conditions. And then I also have flashbacks, nightmares. It's very scary. I wake up crying sometimes, and it's very serious.
All right, back to Kendra. Do you have any last thoughts on the subject matter?
I think that PTSD is just very misunderstood. You know, everyone thinks it's only for veterans or it only happens to veterans.
It's more broad.
Yeah, it happens to anybody at really any age. It can be any event. Like, it was a bike accident, you know, a third grader riding a bike. And I'm 18 years old and it still affects me to this day. And it's just very scary. And I think people just kind of don't quite get it and they don't really know like what's going on and they don't understand it. And I think that people just really need to get some more information on it.
Then Brady, any last thoughts on the subject matter?
I'd probably agree with Kendra. A lot of people think it's just for veterans coming back from war or something, but it can happen to anyone, you know. It can happen, sexual assault, breakups, parents getting a divorce, and it's nothing to joke about. I mean, a lot of people do suffer. Unfortunately, there are people that do end up taking their life away just from PTSD, so I believe that people should probably be more aware of PTSD.
Great information.
Where do you guys think we should go after this?
I don't know, it's up to you guys.
Well, you know, I could drive us. Did you guys know I used to be a taxi driver?
No, we didn't. Are you sure you were? And it wasn't one of your crazy dreams last night, was it?
Yes, I'm sure. Well, I had to give up on the job because there were just too many people that were talking behind my back.
That might just be as bad as the last joke we had. Anyways, here's an ad on Thompson's Turbo Taxi.
You've arrived at your destination.
When using Thompson Turbo Taxi service, you may experience losing your luggage, crap in your pants, loss of hearing from music and cool exhaust, no bathroom stops, getting there ahead of time, getting booted, and drifting corners.
Thanks, guys. Great information. Now here are the birthdays for the rest of the week.
Happy birthday to all. Now it's time for the athletic events for the week. Tonight, there are no events. Tomorrow, baseball, 8th and 7th at Waseca, 4:15, 5:30 p.m. Softball, 8A and 7A, home versus Waseca, 4:15, 5:30 p.m. Boys tennis, JV versus varsity, at home, Waseca, 4:15. Baseball, C, at Holy Family, 4:30 p.m. Baseball, B, at home versus Rosemount, 4:30 p.m. Baseball, JV versus varsity, at home versus Holy Family, 4:30 p.m. Girls lacrosse, JV versus varsity, at Northfield, 4:30 and 6 p.m. Boys lacrosse, JV, varsity, at Mankato East, 4:30 and 6 p.m.
And for Friday, April 16th, track and field, varsity, JV, and quad at Jordan at 4 o'clock p.m. Baseball, C, at Hutchinson, 4:30 p.m. Baseball, varsity, and JV at home versus Hutchinson, 4:30 and 7 p.m. And softball, varsity, JV, and C at Hutchinson at 4:30 p.m.
Here are the rest of the activities for this weekend and into next week.
Great information. Here are the announcements for the week. Green Team. Want to learn more about sustainability, gardening, and other environmental topics? Want to make a difference? The Green Team is having a meeting on April 14th at 12:35 in room 117.
The theme is Earth Day, which is April 22nd. We will be talking about Earth Day and making signs for our school. All members should attend it, and new members are definitely welcome.
Also, we have Community Earth Day project on Wednesday, April 21st out at Cedar Brook Garden Center at 1 p.m. to clean the butterfly garden. We'll sign up on the 14th. More will be discussed on the 14th in the meeting.
Seniors looking for scholarships. There are many scholarship opportunities available, and please email your guidance counselor for more details.
All college wrap visits will be held virtually using Google Meeting. Please email tmurray@isd721.org to obtain a Google Meet link. Thursday, April 15th, 9:30 a.m., Winona State University. Thursday, April 22nd, 9:30 a.m., University of Minnesota Duluth.
Senior class of 2021. The senior honors list for graduation is posted on the whiteboard by the office. Please check the list. If you think your name should be included, please visit with your counselor. Graduation information. The class motto is "Today we follow, tomorrow we lead." Class colors are cardinal red and black, and the class flower is white rose.
Thank you again for watching another episode of the New Prague Trojan broadcast.
Hope you all enjoyed it.
We'll see you guys on the next one.